I refused to keep making my niece's egg-free birthday cake after her mother told the whole family it was the least I could do. I've been baking Lily's birthday cake every year since she was 2. My sister-in-law Dana found out Lily had an egg allergy when she turned 1, and after that most bakeries were either too expensive or couldn't guarantee a safe kitchen. I actually like baking, so I offered to make the cake that first year as a one-time thing. That was 5 years ago. I want to be clear about what this actually involves, because I don't think anyone in my family understands it. Egg-free baking isn't just swapping one ingredient. You're replacing a binder, so everything has to be recalculated. The first year I made 3 test batches before I got the texture right. Now I use a combination of applesauce and a flaxseed mixture, and I have to source specific brands of baking powder and vanilla because some have cross-contamination warnings. I also deep clean my stand mixer, my bowls, my pans, everything, the day before, because my regular baking uses eggs and I'm not taking chances with a 6-year-old who carries an EpiPen. It takes me most of a Saturday. I've never complained about it, not once, because I love Lily and honestly the cake comes out really well. She always asks for the chocolate one with the raspberry filling. So this past spring, Lily's birthday party, my husband and I drove 40 minutes, brought a gift, the whole thing. There were maybe 15 people there, Dana's parents, some cousins, a few of Lily's school friends and their families. After we sang and cut the cake, I was standing with my mother-in-law and Dana's mom when Dana came over to refill her drink. Dana's mom said something like, "Dana, this cake is so good, you're so lucky to have someone do this every year." And Dana kind of laughed and said, "Well, it's the least she can do. We're family." She said it like I wasn't standing right there, like it was obvious. Like 5 years of sourcing ingredients and scrubbing equipment and test batches was a baseline obligation I'd been barely meeting. I didn't say anything in the moment. I smiled and went to find my husband. On the drive home, I told him what she said. He was quiet for a second and then went, "Okay, so don't make the cake next year." I said it wasn't that simple because Lily would be the one who suffered, not Dana. He said, "Lily has a mom, that's Dana's problem to solve." I kept thinking about it for weeks. I didn't say anything to Dana. I just waited to see if she'd ever mention it, maybe thank me, maybe acknowledge what she'd said. She didn't. Lily's birthday is in March. In January, Dana texted me asking if I'd be doing the usual and if I needed her to send Lily's current weight so I could adjust the serving size for the guest count this year. Not a please, not a thank you, just logistics. Like she was coordinating a vendor. I stared at that text for probably 10 minutes. Then I typed back, "I'm actually not going to be able to do the cake this year." She called me within like 4 minutes, asked what I meant, said she'd already told Lily I was making it, said she'd built the whole dessert plan around it. I told her I was sure she'd figure something out, that there are bakeries that specialize in allergen-free cakes and I could send her some links if she wanted. She said, "Are you serious right now? Lily has an allergy. You know that?" I said, "I know, that's why I've been making the cake for 5 years. Silence. Then, "So what changed?" And I said, "You told our whole family it was the least I could do. So I figured you probably had other options." She went quiet again for a second and then said I was being incredibly petty over a comment she didn't even remember making. She said she says things like that all the time and she didn't mean anything by it, and I was punishing Lily for something stupid. I said I wasn't punishing anyone. I was just not volunteering for something I apparently owed her. She hung up. My mother-in-law called 2 days later to check in, which meant Dana had already gotten to her. She said I needed to think about what kind of aunt I wanted to be. I told her I'd been that aunt for 5 years and nobody seemed to notice. Dana ended up ordering from a bakery 45 minutes away. I heard through my husband that it cost over $200 and the fondant cracked. Lily told me at Easter that the cake wasn't as good as mine. I didn't say anything. I just hugged her and said maybe next year.